Hi and welcome back to the Journey to Nebula Sew Along. I'm Julie Herman of Jaybird Quilts and I'll be your guide on this journey. This week we are starting the Gazebo Table Topper. Today we're going to focus on cutting half hexagons and triangles in two different sizes using the Hex N More ruler. And this pattern has a lot of versatility. This is the cover sample in which I used, as the pattern suggests, 5 2.5-inch strips. So a light purple, more of a dark purple, 2 different blues and a green. Or you can go ahead and just use fabric from your stash and you can go scrappy. This one I cut 2 pieces from each fabric. So lots of options. Let's get started. To begin cutting for gazebo, we're going to start with our half hexagons. And if you look at the cover of your pattern, I chose to use 5 2.5-inch strips and to cut 6 pieces from each one. I have done this scrappy as well, and you can do it scrappy if you'd like, or just from the one color family. That's up to you. But whichever you're going to do, you're going to need 2.5-inch strips. And the first thing we need to do is we need to trim our strip. This is going to seem very familiar to so much that we've done at this point, because you guys should be pros by now. So our solid line down here, our 4.5-inch hexagon line up here, and we're going to trim and trim. Okay. Now we are going to flip this over to the wrong side. And I know it's hard to tell with a solid that it's the wrong side, but imagine that it is. And we're going to line our ruler back up around. And you'll notice it all says 4.5, even though it's a 2.5-inch strip, because it belongs to the 4-inch hexagon. So the 4.5-inch half hex is really only 2.5 inches tall. And we want to trim. Now, if I start here, chances are I'm going to cut into my strip and lower my yield. So what I want to do is I want to just cut this entire direction, pull this away, then trim off my dog ear so that I have the correct angle ready to go here. And what I can do, I can cut that off later. I can literally just flip this strip, line this back up, and work my way down the strip till I have as many half hexagons as I need. So after I trim that one, I'm just going to flip it over, line it back up, and trim off my other little dog ear. And now if you are left-handed, you are going to be this way. And you have 2 choices. You can flip the ruler upside down, or you can have the ruler point away from you, whichever one makes more sense to you. I've seen people that are lefties do it both ways when I've taught classes. But you're going to line it all up underneath the 4.5-inch lines, cut, and work your way down the strip. So you're going to cut your variety of half hexagons. And then the next step is we need some 2.5-inch triangles. We've done these before now, but I'll give you a little quick refresher. So 2.5-inch triangles. First thing we need to do, it's pretty much the same as any shape we're going to cut, is we need to get the correct angle on our strip. So we're a 2.5-inch solid line here. Base of our ruler, trim. We're going to turn our strip around and turn our ruler around, line up our 2.5-inch line, our cut, our base of our ruler, and trim to get my triangle. And then I'm just going to walk my way down the strip till I have the amount of 2.5-inch triangles that I need. Now, one thing that is different about this project than the previous ones we've done is we have triangles in 2 different sizes. So in addition to the 2.5-inch triangles, we also need 4.5-inch triangles. And this is on the inside of your pattern. So if you go ahead and open that up, similar process to what we did with the 2.5, just 4.5. So we're going to find that 4.5-inch solid line. We're going to line that up on the base of our strip. Base of our ruler should be right there. And we're going to trim. And then we're going to rotate this strip around and take our ruler, line it back up, 4.5-inch solid line up here, cut line, base of our ruler, and cut. And then we're just going to walk our way down the strip. So since we have a bigger variety of pieces this time, just pay close attention to your pattern so you make sure you cut the right number of each of them. If you're left-handed, you're going to cut your triangles this way, which is having your strip come this way and cut, and then rotate the ruler down this way, cut, and make your way down the strip. And the same holds true with the larger 4.5 inch triangles. Line up your 4.5 inch line with the 2.5 at your 2.5 inch line. Line it up, cut, and work your way down the strip. Once you go ahead and get all of your pieces cut for your gazebo table topper, lay them out, take a picture, post it on Instagram, and use the hashtag #JourneyToNebula to be entered into this week's giveaway. And I will be back next week to work on the piecing of this gazebo table topper.